Hey there, horror friends, and welcome back to another Terror Appreciation Tuesday. Today I want to talk about the 1974 horror Black Christmas, one of the most quietly influential films in horror history. Because here's the thing, Terror Appreciation Tuesdays is about celebrating all things horror. The movies, the books, the directors, the sound designers, the costumers, the performers, the writers, just the artistry that makes this genre unforgettable. And when it comes to pure horror craftsmanship, Black Christmas is a gold mine. Before Halloween, before Friday the 13th, before every mass copycat you can think of, Black Christmas was already doing the work. Bob Clark's film helped define the architecture of the modern slasher, even before the genre had a label. The holiday setting, the point of view killer shots, the young woman in everyday spaces turned dangerous, a proto-final girl, phone calls as a weapon, and a faceless, unknowable killer. This is not just a film. It is a blueprint. But what's wild is it wasn't trying to be one. It just was. Clark wasn't chasing trends. He created them. So let's start off looking at the sound design of the film, specifically the phone calls. These aren't just creepy, they're a full-on sound design achievement. The production team layered multiple voices, screams, whispers, and guttural noises to make Billy sound like more than one person, maybe even more than one consciousness. It is horror built from sound, not gore. Pure psychological assault. Those calls still feel wrong in 2025, and that's because Clark understood something many modern filmmakers forget. Sound scares us before anything else does. Let's talk about the costuming and visuals that Clark was able to turn the ordinary into the unholy. Nothing in Black Christmas looks like a horror costume, and that's exactly why it works. The killer's most iconic look is just a plastic bag and a rocking chair. No mask, no theatrics, just domestic objects turned into instruments of dread. The sorority house, it feels warm, lived in, festive, which makes the violence inside it feel even colder. Christmas lights plus murder shouldn't work, and yet this movie proved it absolutely does. Now, this wouldn't be a very good terror appreciation if we didn't talk about the performances that elevated the genre. Let's give Margot Kidder, Olivia Hussey, and John Saxon their flowers. This cast treats the material seriously, like real drama, not camp. Kidder's fire, Hussey's vulnerability, and Saxon's grounded authority. Their performances give the film the emotional weight that it has. And Hussey's portrayal of Jess introduced a template for the early final girl. Not perfect, not pure, but capable. Finally, let's talk about the direction and that ending that still haunts. Bob Clark's direction is restrained, thoughtful, and purposeful. He never shows too much. He never explains too much. He lets the horror breathe and then lets the ambiguity suffocate you. The final shot, Jess unconscious, the attic still occupied, Billy's voice echoing through the halls, the phone ringing, ringing, ringing. No reveal, no closure, just dread. It is one of the boldest and smartest endings in horror history. And that's why Black Christmas deserves its flowers. Not just as a slasher precursor, but as a masterpiece of horror direction, sound, performance, and atmosphere. So, if you want to continue to take these deep dives into all things horror, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And if you're a writer looking for horror writing advice, story structure, breakdowns, and tools for crafting your own terrifying tales, head over to my Substack. That's where I will help you turn your fear into fiction. You can find the links in my bio. So, until next time, keep appreciating the terror.